me get this started a little bit, you know, get the ball rolling, and then I'll put the link out there for everybody. Don't fall asleep while you review it, whatever it is. You guys are clowns. You guys are fucking clowns. You guys are clowns.
With the rising cost of things and inflation, I'd say that it's fair to say that $6.1 million to give to the victims of East Palestine, that's, when you look at it, that's not really that much. When you're giving, how much do they give? Shelling out $7.5 billion with a B for shareholders. What? When they're giving $6.5 million to derailment victims, they're giving out $7.5 billion for shareholders. Who are the shareholders, honestly? Are they more important than the lives of people living in East Palestine? What's happening, guys? So I came back to share the news one more time. This is going to be a really serious topic that I got to touch upon, and what has been going on with the banking cartel and all these banks that are collapsing. CVB Bank is collapsing. There's all these people that are now in a frenzy. They're doing bank runs. There's talks about people going frantic trying to get their money out of the banks because they're afraid they're not going to get access to their savings. Like, they put their money, they're trusting the banks to hold their money, but as of what's been going on the last day or so, banks have been closing down. And yeah, the news just keeps on getting crazier and crazier. I'm looking at this. I was talking with a bunch of people. I made some cliff notes. Very basically, some people are out in the country right now. They seem to be very sensible people. They've been telling people prepare or just save that money. But these are people that, you know, are the type of people that have money stored away in, like, maybe under the mattresses, or they bury it somewhere. I don't know. But most normal people, they trust their banks to hold their money, and which in this case, like a few weeks ago, Bank of America, they turned away their clients because they were trying to get their money out of the bank, and they couldn't have access to like $1,200, something like that. I don't know the full story. I've seen so many stories, honestly. But I mean, the way that things are going right now, people are afraid of, they're nervous about keeping their money in the banks because, like, people, they can't seem to get their hands on tangible cash. It's all like debit and credit cards now. We have to pay via debit or PayPal or whatever forms of digital currency exist. Crypto, some of you guys are into crypto. Okay. Some people were investing in Bitcoin, even Bitcoin. I think lately they were talking about, well, it's getting volatile now to invest in anything. I'm not rich, so I can't afford to throw money down on cryptocurrency just yet. I think it might be a while. Yeah. I've actually, honestly, I've just been running around the city. I bought this new TV. Actually, it's not new. It's a used CRT Magnavox / DVD combo with RCA jacks. There's no HDMI, no Netflix, no Hulu, no Apple TV, none of that. Just an ordinary, simple, classic, vintage TV. And I got this baby for $40. And now with the markets, the way that things are going, even if you go to a flea market, yeah, even the flea markets are hiking up prices. So with inflation coupled with a few failing banks, I don't know the whole story, but some banks are shutting down or on the verge of collapse. Something's going on. It's like something happened in 2008 when people said the worst case scenario was, oh yeah, the banks will be shut down or the market would be down for a couple of days or so. But I think that this might actually be a worst case scenario, though. As of right now, a lot of people have entrusted their banks to withhold their money. And, you know, since the pandemic, let's go back a couple of years. Since the pandemic, what have we seen? Okay, we've seen millions of people losing their jobs. We've seen a lot of job losses, and businesses have taken a hit. They weren't able to get as many customers, and now with inflation going up, there was even talks of Walmart's closing. They're closing Walmart's now because I don't know, something's going on with the Walmart situation. People in the States, they allow for theft, I think, at Walmart's. So now Walmart's are shutting down. Something to do with costing more money to stop thieves, or it's more of a collateral risk. They just say, yeah, let them take some stuff and it'll be okay. But you know what? Last time I was out going to the convenience store and just like running around the city trying to find work, I've seen just regular convenience stores. They're locking up their doors. They have to be more mindful about the possibility of crime. I guess thieves are going to come in and steal stuff. They're worried about that. People are saying, they're speculating that with the bank collapse that there might be an increase in crime rate might go up. I don't know. This might be news from America. I mean, just so much has happened. I can't even wrap my mind around everything. So I need a moment to recap. Okay. Damn, this is good coffee. I put some Scottsburn chocolate milk with my no-name brand coffee. It was great value. I bought that at Walmart. So yeah, you get your cream and your sugar all in the same carton. So yeah, get some chocolate milk for your coffee if you're a coffee drinker like me. And what was I saying? Yeah, you gotta backtrack a few weeks to see what's been going on. So I actually did a video one time about the dumping of the milk. I might share that video, maybe in the description box, or I might actually just repost it. You know, I had to switch channels after I've been censored. I've been censored for sharing some stories, but let me just backtrack for a minute. There was, oh yeah, the dumping of the milk. Some guy up in dairy farmer in Canada, he mentioned about they needed to dump the milk because they were trying to level off prices. I guess they wanted to try to make milk as expensive as the other items, something to do with that. I guess there was a surplus of milk. I have no idea. But there was talks about that, and meanwhile in China they're developing something like a super cow they're jabbing the meat and cloning and creating chimera like type animals so that they can continually feed the surplus population, because China is becoming, I think, the world's greatest superpower. So Americans are in distress right now. Canadians are trying to scrape by week to week, paycheck to paycheck. I gotta focus on Canada now because I'm Canadian. So if you don't like it, change the channel, because I'm going to be talking about Canada now. So our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he's been a dictator, and he's been a treasonous son of a beach, and he has not listened to the needs of us Canadians to keep on financing this expensive war in Ukraine. And meanwhile, Canadians have been basically shut out. They feel left out of certain financial needs, and they had to voice their concerns at Parliament. This was going on a year ago. And long story short, Trudeau didn't like that very much, so he signed or invoked an executive order and started arresting innocent Canadians, calling them the fringe minority. But they were just Canadians. They were there to try to get their voices heard. You know, they wanted to try to get the message across that, you know, Trudeau, he was not a man for the people. He was WEF. If I say too much about it, I know that I'm going to be shut down again, like before. But I digress. Getting back to the market situation, I think, though, that since a lot of people have been out of work for some time, like myself, I was actually working at a kitchen. I was getting good at it, and then all of a sudden, when COVID hit, I had to make a choice, either get shot or not, and then I'd have to lose my job. So not knowing what the long-term health risks of the juice would do, I said, you know what, can't do it. I had to try to report the news and get all the facts. So I left. I've been trying to find work ever since, trying to job hunt and see if I can report the news to only a few people. I think one guy, he even said, "Oh yeah, I'll take a look at your resume, dude. It's been more than a couple of days, man." I don't know if that guy is going to get back, but I don't expect anyone to, because these days everybody seems to be preoccupido, like as in they got their hands full, they got problems. Everybody these days is dealing with all kinds of financial burdens, and with the rising cost of living and unemployment, I'd say it's fair that the West is gonna go through a period of like a dark period, like dark days might come. I'm worried about that. In my last video, I talked about this TV and how it reminds me of a simple time. I'm gonna need to remember those memories, because I gotta try to do whatever I can to keep sane in an insane world. And yeah, if you hear me crack jokes and start sharing some wacky, you know, arts and shenanigans and stuff, like I'm gonna try to keep this channel like PG-13, but if I have to talk about any such serious topics like the wokeness, you know, like there's all these agendas going on, like the LGBTQIA XYZ agenda, which I can't even talk about right now, not in this video, because I'm focusing on this. I can't live stream and listen to other people's comments because I'm not there yet. I need at least 100 subscribers. So I'm asking my followers, please, if you can like the video, share the video, and maybe even be so kind as to donate a cup of coffee, because I like coffee. I like, you know, donuts, and I like to get out and about whenever I can, because it keeps me sane. Maybe I'll go on another treasure hunt, you know, show people how to save money during these hard economic times. I'll do that personally. I'll enjoy it. I'll talk to people. I'll get all the facts. Maybe I'll even start interviewing people if I can. But all that expenses, that costs money, which I don't have because I'm living week to week like so many other Canadians.